Greg Anthony and Clark Kellum, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. We've got a Western Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this Oklahoma City crowd wants some love from their Thunder. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan out there with Lamarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in the small forward.
And the Spurs, being the defending champions out west, heading into last year, but they wound up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27. Had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
Duncan dishes to Aldridge. Just 2 to shoot. No good from Duncan. It's Durant with the drive. Duncan with the block. They retain possession. Ibaka, the pass to Roberson. Here's Westbrook. Rebound, San Antonio. Knew the West was going to be wild and very competitive all season long last year, and the Spurs epitomized just how crazy and tough things can be there.
Yeah, and with 3 weeks left in the season, the Spurs were sitting in the 7th playoff spot. Then they go on a tear and win 11 games in a row to jump to number 2. And finally lose 1 game, and they're all the way back to 6.
Ennis Cantor's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dion Waiters comes in for Andre Robertson. Green with the ball. And it's Waiters picking him up. Green, no luck. Thunder gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And so it's Oklahoma City with it.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Green with a screen on Westbrook. Duncan kicks to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Leonard. That drops. It comes off an assist from Parker. Leonard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
San Antonio leading. Green dishes it up. With the shot. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And the shot is good.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
And it's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control a team's transition.
Aldridge, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
That's good.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Cantor sets the pick for Durant. There's a screen. Screen by Ibaka. It's Durant with the drive. Second chance effort. And Ibaka with the layup.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Back to Parker. Green with a screen for Parker. From 10 feet out. And closing the shot even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
And guys, remember, Lamarcus Aldridge Sixers last January, suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season, but he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And Duncan throws it down hard.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Mills, he's checked in for Parker. San Antonio leading by 5. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
And he's good on the second.
I tell you what, at this point in his career, it is safe to say, actually has been for a while, that Duncan might be one of the best power forwards ever. He is, clearly. 5 rings, 50-win seasons, his whole career, the complete package on the box.
Over in the corner, Green. Cuts it 5. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Here's Duncan. Makes it off the glass. Duncan's got 7. And Duncan, who briefly contemplated retiring after last season, showed in the playoffs, Greg, he is still very much at the top of his game.
Listen, Tim Duncan, for me, is the greatest power forward to ever play the game. Although Pop will tell you he's actually a center power forward's body. I mean, what a great matchup. How great was he, I should say, the matchup against the Clippers last season. And throughout his career, he has been more consistent than a clock. I mean, it doesn't matter the year or who he's up against. This guy just finds a way to leave his mark on the game.
On the wing, Green. Stolen by Raiders.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that. Both teams have it going here early. Still close through the first quarter. And it's the Spurs. They lead by 3. And we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on. Clark had to go for it, didn't he?
Hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault it for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
They haven't been effective against Duncan. 9 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball. And you know what? Last season, Tim Duncan added another record to his glowing resume. I mean, he passes Karl Malone as the all-time leader in double-doubles.
Duncan in the double-doubles record says so much about just how he has delivered on the floor, Clark, for so long.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, double-doubles didn't get recorded until fairly recently. Don't let that take away from what Duncan has accomplished. He's one of the all-time greats. We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Stolen by Westbrook. Down low. Deflects the pass. Leonard with the steal. The drive by Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Westbrook passes to him. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
To the inside. And it's out of bounds with Thunder able to retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Collison's out there.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low. Really difficult for him to defend.
When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in. And the dunk by Westbrook. San Antonio trailing here. Green with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Down low. And Durant comes to help. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Full 24-second shot clock. Leonard again. It's Durant. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And the Thunder making a switch here. Ibaka is checked in. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. A wide open look here for Ibaka. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Parker drives in, and it's Aldridge missing. For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player in Clark to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And that one's good. Parker.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Dishes it to Aldridge. Inside. Bogdanovic.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. You just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
It's Durant with the drive.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Leonard with no one around. And that one comes up a bit short. Right wing. And Ibaka kicks to Waiters. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Over to the wing. Clock at 6. Tries from 10. Here's Cantor. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stop the sure thing, slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Diao comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. His shot and game clock separated by 4.
And how about the agility coming from the big man? I mean, that's not something we often see from him.
You know, it's never going to be Greg a 360 dunk when he goes up with it, but it will be 2 points. We do know that.
You know, you can sacrifice a little athleticism when you've got the size he does.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Thunder lead by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. Start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been. He's been very efficient so far.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Talk about a terrific game for Enes Kanter. He's got 14 points and a block. Don't underestimate how important he's been.
And this is what we see when we talk about potential. He's tapped into it today, guys.
On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. Enes Kanter is out there at Nick Collison. And it's Westbrook in the point guard. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Diao sets the pick for Green. Green missing again. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Durant the pass to Westbrook. From deep three-point range.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, he's giving up a bunch of height, and you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
That's good from Kanter. The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. And Kanter drops them both. Spurs trail by 4. Green, the screen. And Mills Kicks to Diao. Makes it off the glass. Diao's got his first points in this one. And Cancer did play well with the increased minutes last season, Clark. Averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now when he feels like it's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition. He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
The feed to Leonard. To the middle. Shot on the wing. Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. On defense, the Thunder. They lead by 4. Here's Marjanovic, defended by Durant. Shot clock at 6. Here's Marjanovic. Another shot. Waiters grabs the miss. The Thunder lead by 4. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. But Popovich said last year he feels it might actually be the case.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Cancer. Westbrook with it. Now Green defending. Westbrook kicks to Cancer. Waiters dishes to Durant. 6 to shoot. And Durant gets double teamed. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Westbrook passes to Canada. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter of the game. That's tipped. One-on-one here. Leonard, the open look. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received the card for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. San Antonio again missing.
Even though the injuries hurt the Thunder, last year at home they were still the strongest effort. I mean, a home record of 29-12, pretty darn good. Unfortunately, they were in a very tough Western Conference.
Stolen by Waiters. Westbrook dishes to Waiters. And sent back by Aldridge. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. 6 seconds left for the third. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? And the final period of play just about to start. Thunder leading by 8. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Mills in the point guard position.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
Those putback jams sting, don't they, Michael?
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the line after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out. Unfortunately, I don't have it.
Now the basket to Aldridge. Off target from three-point range.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going is probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of it.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Tony Parker's checked in for Patty Mills. Cantor's shot is off. Spurs trail by 12. Stolen by Westbrook. And Waiters kicks to Westbrook. That is good. And that's now 7 points for Serge Ibaka. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical for the Spurs.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Cantor with his screen on Parker. Kicks to Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 8 here in this one already. The dish to Parker. To the paint. They need this one. Good on the shot.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Ibaka right side. Feeds to Leonard. Pass to Parker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was physical with Tony. Really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Spurs trail by 15. Green with a screen for Parker.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He'd been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
And you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in '07.
Leonard on the wing. Green, the screen. Leonard attacking. West, that's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Durant drawing the double team. Back to Westbrook. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Spurs trail by 15. To the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
To the wing right side. Ibaka drawing the double team. And the shot is good. And now 24 points for Enes Kanter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
To the inside. Bogdanovic. Here's West. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. No good on the free throw.
It's David West last season. The thought was he might increase his production. Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade. Only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Here's Bogdanovic. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Oklahoma City.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Boy, very impressive the way they piled on those extra points, hitting the offensive glass and coming up with the loose ball.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Kanter. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
We all know about Durant's injury last season. Strange, because he was the model of health pretty much before that.
He really was. I mean, just rarely missed extended time. And factoring he, along with Westbrook, 2 guys who have been really the model of durability. Health is something he nor the fans will ever take for granted again.
What a game it's been for Westbrook. He's got 14 points. And he he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
You know, a quick note about Kevin Durant and his ability to stay on the floor. Prior to last season, he played in 97% of all games that he could have. That's high-level durability there.
Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Russell Westbrook. That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
And that one called for Parker.
Tony Parker at the line for 2.
And Parker drops them both. Now here's Westbrook. He kicks to Durant. Back to Westbrook. Let's it go. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.